Greetings and salutations, my fellow Tekken players. Today, I would like to discuss an aspect of Fahkumram that has been mentioned, but not fully analyzed. His full crouch game. It's quite scary and unique at the same time, but before I describe his full crouch game, let's briefly explain what full crouch is. So for those of you who may not know, crouching in someone's face is typically not what you want to do with most characters in Tekken due to fear of getting hit by a jump kick or an assortment of any other of the powerful mids that exist in this game. There's only two ways you can really play the full crouch game. One, get to higher levels where people aren't just, mashing every time they get a chance. Or two, put enough fear into your opponent by making calculated decisions so they don't want to attack. Once you do either one of these two things, you get to start playing the full crouch game. But of course, this is only if you have the right options. Those options usually being a scary low and typically a mid launcher or a counter hit mid of some sorts. But now that you know what a full crouch mix-up is, the next question is, how do you initiate a full crouch mix-up? Do you simply just run into their face and crouch? And the answer to that question is yes, but no. Honestly, this could be another topic for an entirely different video, but I will give you 4 different scenarios of when you can initiate a full crouch mix-up. Situation 1. You block a move that's super minus. It's like around -8 or so, an orbital, for example. And you generally know your opponent isn't going to go for another attack. Right here is where you initiate the full crouch mix-up. Scenario 2. You're at a heavily plus situation and you condition your opponent not to attack. So after, say, something like a running 3, you're at massive plus frames and your opponent knows to respect you. Initiate the full crouch mix-up. Scenario 3. You knock someone down and you realize they like to tech roll. So you go up to them while they're on the ground in a grounded position and initiate the mix-up right as they get up. But be wary of this. People do like to do spring kicks and wake up 4s and wake up 3s, and you are liable to get counter hit in these types of positions. And finally, for scenario 4, you look through your move list and figure out which attacks leave your character in a crouching position. The best ones are probably going to be the ones that leave you on plus on block, and they're mid. For example, Law and Lee both have moves of this nature. Another example of moves to use are plus on block lows, like Lars' is down back 4 or Raven's down back 3. But the universal tool to get you into full crouch at an advantageous position is for sure a down jab. Almost every character has one, and it leaves you at +6 in crouch. So if you have a character with a scary full crouch options, consider throwing out the occasional down jab to get your full crouch game started. Now, as we begin looking at Fahkumram's options, as previously mentioned, at minimum, you need a decent low from crouch, because no matter the mids you have from full crouch, if there's no low, there's no mix-up, unless you're king or armor king and you have an ambiguous grab mix-up. Luckily, Fahkumram has a very intimidating low from full crouch, which allows him to play the full crouch mix-up game. Full crouch down 4-3-2, a low I'm sure a number of you have been hit by. Big damage. It leaves him pretty close on hit to the opponent, so he can kind of inch his way over to his opponent and do it again if they don't back roll. And unlike many moves of this nature, by the wall, the whole thing hits if they don't get up. The low and the mid. Pretty scary. With that full crouch hell sweep in mind, the most powerful and high risk option to mix up the hell sweep with would be while standing 3. It has above average range, good speed, and unlike a few other characters with a solid full crouch game, he does not get murdered for getting it blocked. Luckily, it's only -13. With those options alone, and a chunky while standing 4 to boot, we could honestly end this guide here, and he'd have one of the better full crouch games in Tekken 7. But, there's more. While standing 1-2 is a powerful 13 frame knockdown punisher, which is powerful in its own right as a punisher. Despite being duckable, it's safe and very delayable. It seems almost hit confirmable, but after a bit of testing, not quite. But it's still another fast and potentially safer option from full crouch. The first hit is only -4, so you can still sidestep and move around. And with the potential of the second delayed hit that's safe, the enemy will be hard pressed to attack. Now, if you stuck around to this part, you'll get the benefit of hearing about the most interesting option from this full crouch position. I saved the best for last. While standing 2-4, this move comes out at 16 frames, which is pretty fair speed, but it's not meant to be used as a punisher. The first hit has the shortest range out of any while standing attack in his arsenal. So keeping that in mind, we could deduce that it was intentionally designed for mix-ups. And oh boy, mix-ups is something this move has plenty of. This attack has a built-in delay, and it isn't rare for people to try to interrupt you between the first and second hit. And if they do, it will get clipped, even if they do something as fast as a jab. There is no special counter hit effect on the second hit, but that's reasonable considering this move is only -10. Once people gain a little bit of patience and they don't attack after that first while standing 2, you can cancel it into a +6 high. Yes, there is some pushback, quite a bit, but if you're confident, you can go ahead and collect some more plus frames with a while running 3 or something. And of course, +6 is always better than -10, no matter the range. And finally, you can also access his low rage drive from this move, making his full crouch game even more scary when he's got that rage. And confusing. Is he gonna go low? Is he gonna go mid? Is he gonna go mid to delayed mid? Is he gonna go mid to the delayed low? I mean, you have every option at your disposal with this man. And that wraps up my Fahkumram full crouch guide. Hopefully you guys have learned something. Maybe you have learned how to implement some full crouch into your Fahkumram gameplay, maybe into some of your other characters' gameplays. If I missed anything about Fahkumram's full crouch game, please let me know down below. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more informational, educational Tekken content. And I will see you all next time.